Hello to all who may be watching this. My name is Anna Mazurowski, and I am part of the Bridgewater Teacher Education Program, also known as Bridgewater TEP. I'm an English major looking to get my licensure in secondary education. Today, I'm presenting an analysis of a lesson I taught to sixth graders at Shelburne Middle School. This lesson was taught during the last full week of school, and it was the last new content given to the class. Specifically, I was focusing on growth mindset so that these students may take it to seventh grade with them next year. The goal for myself was to use two different types of differentiations, and the ones I picked worked well because I am a huge supporter of inquiry-based learning. So product and process, the two differentiations I picked, really helped solidify the idea of an inquiry-based learning. All my classes are majority white with a small percentage identifying as people of color. Of the class that I videotaped, there are 3 gender fluid students. I only have one student who has an IEP, and the fields of that IEP include behavior, accommodation, environment, and instruction. That being said, all sixth grade classes at Shelburne are mixed ability, so I have students who have a lower ability than others, and I have to accommodate for that in my lesson planning. The first differentiation is process and learner profile. I asked the students one day to do a station rotation. The first station was for them to read a text. The second station was for them to watch a video. The third was to have a community style conversation. And the fourth was to look at an infographic. In all 4 of these, they had to answer questions. Here you will see me handing out the station rotations and explaining what I wish for them to do at each.
Jeff Bezos and Oprah Winfrey. If you don't know who they are, you're about to find out. That sounds like all right, I can have your attention for just 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. There are questions on the back of that sheet that you need to answer, okay? This is what it looks like. These are the questions. Station 2 is going to be right here. And this is where you will be on Google Classroom watching the video. It's a 2-minute video. If you don't have headphones, listen with subtitles. I don't want to hear the music. I've been hearing it all day. Okay? And on the second slide will be questions that you will answer. And you will submit that on Google Classroom. Station 3 is with Mr. Hill, and it's a self-reflection. So you will be making connections with your own past experiences, and you will have the opportunity to share.
As you can see here, some students are engaging more than others when I introduce the stations, and this is already showing learner profile, as in some students are already identifying which learning styles that they work best with. The differentiation type present is process because each station asks for a separate investment towards learning the same topic, and the characteristic is learner profile because of the different modalities present. Every student has a different learning style, so I try to accommodate for the most prominent ones, i.e. video, text, visual, and verbal. These also fit well with the IEPs of the one student. A weakness of this was that I didn't take into consideration that some students would finish faster than others, or that some stations would finish faster than others. So I really didn't have anything for them to do while they waited for the timer to go down. A strength is that each student found a station that they excelled at, which means that I picked my learning styles to accommodate perfectly. The second differentiation type is product and readiness. I had asked the students to complete this assignment where they picked options from 10, 20, and 30 points to equal a total of 30 points. And it is focused on readiness because the students got to pick which option that they felt ready for. Introducing to the students the different options, and I'm asking them to go ahead and think ahead of which ones they feel they might be ready to try to tackle.
This could have been a test you took. It could be you're learning to dunk a basketball. Yeah, it could be anything. I want 4 comic panels. So 4 pictures depicting how you didn't succeed on the first try. And your second option is to write 1 paragraph about one of the 5 people we talked about yesterday and how their struggles before success may have inspired you? So yeah, we talked about Jay-Z, we talked about Oprah, we talked about Jeff Bezos, and in the video, do you remember who the basketball player was? Michael Jordan and Thomas Edison. So you have 5 people you could talk about. And your paragraphs only have to be about 5 sentences. Then your 30-point option, there's only one. You're to write 2 paragraphs.
Differentiation is product because I asked the students to pick from various options, which means that they would have different products to show me for a grade. These options, as you saw, range from illustration to writing paragraphs to writing just a couple sentences. The student characteristic is readiness because the options were categorized by how comfortable the student felt with showing comprehension of growth mindset and applying it to their own lives. A weakness that arose from this activity was that a lot of students went for the 10-point options, not because that was what they were ready for and all that they could handle, but because it was the easiest. From what I have observed, most of the students should have been able to complete the 20 and 30-point options completely fine. A strength is that I was able to create prompts that were engaging for the students. There was no procrastination at starting. They were excited, knew what they were going to do, and they were ready to complete the work. Differentiation is so important because it's not unknown that students range in learning styles. There are more students than ever getting approved for IEPs, 504s, and extra help in the classroom. Sticking to a traditional lesson plan minimizes the opportunities these students have at getting an equal education as their peers. After purposefully planning and observing differentiation in the classroom, I'm excited to continue the practice in all remaining practicums and on into my career. I want to ensure that no student feels left behind and that I create a learning style environment that benefits every student. Thank you so much for watching.